So zero-calorie sweeteners are definitely gaining popularity, but there's a new study that's talking about it being linked to some other side effects and health issues as well. We have Dr. Angela Tran with us here today. Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Good to see you.
Happy Sunday. So happy to be here.
Okay, can you talk about what particular sweetener are we talking about right now?
You know, there are concerns about erythritol. And there has been studies that are linking it to serious conditions such as heart attack, stroke, and blood clots. So, you know, erythritol actually is made naturally in the body in small amounts, but they're being manufactured in these products, and now that's where the concerns are.
So what kind of sweeteners are we finding this in?
You know, we're talking about diet products, weight loss products, things that are geared towards diabetics. These patients are already at baseline risk for heart disease. And so if you add this to their products, again, this is a really concern that more studies need to be developed about this.
Okay, and so when you say that there's a higher risk for it, I mean, how often are we seeing that? How much are people consuming for it to put them at a higher risk?
Yeah, unfortunately, every single day. You know how it is. Spring is here. Everybody wants to lose weight, and so it's in protein bars, shakes. You know, these artificial sweeteners such as Splenda, Equal, things like that. It's even in flavored water. It is, unfortunately,
everywhere.
The most addicted drug on the street, because hey, guess what? It's not regulated and it's sugar, and we just as a consumer need to be more smart about it.
And so if you have, or if you're realizing, okay, this is in some of the stuff that I'm eating or drinking, how much more of a risk does it put you at?
You know, a much higher risk. And like I said, you know, it can be disruptive to your gut system, affecting your digestion. There are links to even brain fog, cognitive disorders. And then finally, the most concerning thing is it can lead to insulin resistance. That can lead to weight gain, diabetes. As a medical weight loss doctor, that's what I treat.
Okay, and so when you talk about, you know, people who are already predisposed to other health conditions, what about somebody who's not, who's maybe putting this in their coffee or whatever? Are they also at risk for some of these health issues?
You know, we don't want to put artificial sweeteners in a bad realm because in limited amounts, it's okay.
Okay.
The problem is when used chronically in excess amounts.
Okay.
That's when it can develop problems. And again, unfortunately, it's just not a free ticket to drink diet soda all day long.
Gotcha.
You need to be cognizant about being more natural with your foods and your metabolism.
And maybe this is a reminder to check the ingredients list, because it's everywhere that you might not even be realizing that you're eating it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, because it's not in the nutrition label as far as like sugars, carbs, and proteins. You need to look in the fine print in the ingredients section.
Right.
And that's where you're smart, because again, these products are marketed towards healthy, right? But you have to look past that cover to really understand what you are putting in your body.
Moderation and just paying attention to what you're eating.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in and letting people know, you know, hopefully they'll read the labels a little bit closer today.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate it. Let's get a check of the weather.